And I'm still your host, Nurse Alex. Today we are going to be discussing on infertility, the causes and the treatments. So today with me to discuss on the issue is Matron Chuku Teresa. Thank you very much. We know this topic is a very vast one, and it is a topic that affects our society. If you are not the one, it could be your friends, it could be your relations, it could be our clients we see in the clinics. When we are talking about infertility, we are talking about inability to conceive. Okay. And before you say, this person is having infertility problem, it must be, if you must confirm one particular thing, that a husband and wife married, living in the same house, doing the right thing as husband and wife. The right thing, I mean, having regular sexual intercourse, and they have lived for 12 good months without conception. The wife has not conceived for once. That is when infertility problem starts. You know that a couple can be married. One is working at Lagos, the other one in Abuja. They only visit. It's true, we believe that we go by calendar due to our menstrual cycle, but most of the time, I must tell you that we can't depend on that. Because no matter what we do, both science and everything, God is the giver of children. Pregnancy can come even when you less expected. That's why it is always good, especially the first 2 years in marriage, let the couple be together. Okay. Now we go to the causes of infertility. Personally, I normally group them, especially specifically too. It can be medical, it can be spiritual. Okay. And both of them can be solved through the 2 ways. But I advise that a couple, once you lived for 1 year and no conception, your first point of contact should be hospital. Go to hospital. Don't go to native doctor. Don't take herbs and the roots, as some people may be advised. And the other way around, as you are going to hospital, you will be praying alongside. Prayer is what we do on daily basis, telling God our needs, which now having children is one of the needs we have. And we know that in our African society, whenever there is infertility issues, woman is number one to be blamed or to be pointed at. But at times when we go to hospital, to greater disappointment, you will discover that most of the cases, woman is completely all right, but the problem is with the husband. Okay. But I believe since we group it under two, solution must definitely come with faith and doing the right thing. Now, these causes, when we come to medical aspects, we talk of our lifestyle when we were growing. Maybe a female that did not have sex education when she was growing might have entered into so many things, maybe mistakenly or stubbornly. Some people may have opportunity to hear good advice, but ignore it, either due to juvenile, all this growing up age. It shocks many people that they enter into things that can be a problem in future, like a girl that has series of abortions. Some people, destiny are not the same. It can be the first sex they had in life and got pregnant. Yes, and the same first time having abortion may end up destroying their uterus, the fallopian tube, or any other organ or introduced infection that can become a blockage to the fallopian tube. It can also be that they contacted one infection, just as gonorrhea, because most of the infectious issues you think of staphylococcus infection, they are very, very much responsible for tuber blockage, and then other things affecting the ovaries that are responsible. It can also be hormonal imbalance. Okay. When there's hormonal imbalance, you discover that even some women at age 18, they are not menstruating. Some, they don't have regular menstruation. And the infection can lead to irregular menstruation.
Even late puberty also
can cause such delay in conception. Also, the lifestyle can be there. Socially, you see that some women, they drink alcohol. Even as young.
Even smoke.
They
drugs.
Smoke. They take hard drugs.
Illicit drugs.
All these things can be responsible. Then another one. Some girls, because they don't want to get unwanted pregnancy and they don't want to do protected sex. They don't use condom. They will tell you they don't enjoy sex. They go on pills.
Okay.
And that's why each time I'm teaching this, either in urology clinic, I used to tell them, as a girl, what are you planning? Pills are called family planning products.
Okay.
When you don't have family, what are you planning? They go on taking pills. Pills are chemicals.
Okay.
When these things have higher accumulation in the system, you know that what it does is to prevent pregnancy. And the higher concentration will prevent pregnancy forever. It will no longer go out of the system. So when they get married, no conception. In this, we see the things that we feel is advantage has serious disadvantage. And that's why we advise our girls when you are giving them health education. If you know that you cannot hold yourself, use condom.
Okay.
Not any other method of family.
Not using pills.
Don't use pills. It can lead to infertility.
Okay.
Then we come to our male's side. In males,
still infection.
Infection can be responsible. Undescended testes can be responsible. Atrophy of testes can be responsible. Testicular torsion that can lead to operation that you may remove the testes completely.
Erectile dysfunction
can be responsible. Atrophy of any of these organs can be responsible.
Even ejaculatory problems.
Poor ejaculation can be responsible. In all these things, when we bring them together, we see that in the society, we start prevention is better than cure. Then you also think of the food we eat. For instance, in male, when you see some of them have watery sperm, they have low sperm count. What are the things we can take to boost it? When we come to treatments now of infertility, just as I said, the first thing, go to hospital.
Okay.
And as a woman, I advise my fellow women, once you are a year old in your marriage and you've not conceived, you are the one to be worried first. Don't sit tight, because we women, we don't have many opportunities. Men have opportunities so much. You can live with a man before you know it. A man is having children somewhere without you knowing. You people can live till old age, you don't have, but the man has a way out. So, being a woman, you have money. Don't tie your money inside rope and say until the man brings money, we cannot go to hospital. I am advising my fellow women, use your money, use it well. Use it in such a way you will get benefit from it. If your husband doesn't have money, bring out your money. Two of you must do it together. When you are going to hospital, it involves two of you until medically stated otherwise. Then the one that has issue will now be the one to be going for treatment.
Okay.
And in case in the treatment you heard that surgery may be needed, my fellow women, don't hide your money and say the man must bring money. If the man fails to bring your money, when you have children, you will be more comfortable in your marriage. I should round up. There are many ways now to treat infertility. When other medical aspects fail, and remember I told you as you are going to hospital, you have to be praying alongside. There is nothing God cannot do. Then finally, when you are up to 10 years and no pregnancy, please, and you know you people have money you can afford, go for IVF. It is another method that many people did not know in olden days. IVF, I should say, it is preferable to adopting of babies. Okay. Because in IVF, you as a woman, you fully participated in that pregnancy. In the conception, nobody will tell you, do you know how to carry pregnancy is? Do you know how to born a child is? And I pray as we use the daytime to look for a black goat, the Lord will always help us. Infertility problem has solutions this time around. But take it in a very good time. There should be no delay. After 1 year, take it as a serious matter. The Lord will help us, and all of us will carry our own children in Jesus' name.